Hello, this is Mike with Ridgy Productions, and as you can see here, I have the Wiral Lite little recording system that just recently came out, and I just want to get some gimbal information out there for everybody because I spent several weeks, numerous emails, many questions on Amazon, and you really can't get a good answer on this. And what I'm going to tell you is about as best as I come up with, and this is the solution I am going to use for this summer to see how well it works, because this will be my first summer using it, and it's going to basically be used to video these machines while they're out being used on a trail, as well as a drone that I have. But for this video, I'm just going to show you the Wiral Lite. So as you can see, the Wiral Lite, it's on this string here, and it'll kind of just, you know, you can set it up in the forest or wherever you're going to do something, and it comes with the little remote here, and you just kind of turn the knob and it'll just drive along the rope. And as you can hear, it's pretty quiet. But the Wiral Lite is not what I'm mainly going to be showing you. It's the actual gimbal itself. So as you can see here, the gimbal, it has to have that, I think that's a 1/4-inch screw receiver on the actual gimbal itself. And then the Wiral Lite comes with that little attachment there, and you're gonna be able to screw it into the handle of the gimbal. Now, what I realize is a lot of gimbals actually have the screw base on the bottom, which this one does have it on the bottom, as you can see. And what happened there then is, if it is on the bottom, you're going to have to put it here, you know, screw it in here, and now your gimbal is going to hang down with your camera. You know, you probably can't see that, but that's probably about 2 to 2.5 feet. And that's going to be a problem when you're out in the forest or the woods and you set this up. You're going to be cleaning out a lot of forest, so you can set this thing up so it'll ride the course of the rope without smashing into something. And if you have your cell phone or your GoPro in there, obviously you don't want to be smashing into things, because that's going to be quite expensive. And the other thing that's kind of expensive is this little Wiral thing costs a little over $300. You know, not the most expensive toy a person can buy, but it's expensive enough. But I bought this gimbal, and it bought it off Amazon, and as you can see, it's working and staying focused on right there on the razor itself. But I bought this gimbal on Amazon for about $120, and it's called the Hoem. And I'm not trying to advertise any particular gimbal, I'm just giving you information. And it comes in a little case, as you can see here, Hoem, H-O-M-E-M. And this particular gimbal, as you can see, it's holding, this is a iPhone XR, and then you put this in here, and then you can mount your GoPro in here, and it has a little adapter. I don't have it with me right now, it's upstairs, but and then you can put your GoPro in there. So this particular gimbal will work, and this little thing costs like $10. The gimbal is like $120, so I got $130 into it, which isn't too bad considering you already got $300 into the Wiral. And then you're going to want 100 yards of rope, which hopefully I can just find it at some sort of local hardware store, because Wiral wants $150 for 100 yards of rope. It comes with 50. But so as you can tell, I mean, you got the 300, the buck 20, you know, you're up to $450, almost $500 to get this thing able to be out on a trail or out in the forest or wherever you want to record things. And you need a gimbal, otherwise you're going to get, if you just were to mount the GoPro or a camera or something right to this nut right here, you're not going to get the gimbal itself. And so you're going to get a lot of shaky footage. And you can see it's kind of wiggling right now. I don't have my rope very tight because I just set this up real quick in my garage, and I don't want to be pulling and tugging on parts of my garage. But like I said, this particular gimbal is the Hoem, H-O-M-E-M. I got on Amazon. I emailed Wiral numerous times, and they mentioned they're not advertising for any particular gimbals. They're not in favor of any particular gimbals, but a lot of the ones they mentioned to me, the DJI Osmo, the Carmen Grip, the Lumix GH5, all those particular gimbals are more one-dimensional, I believe. Now, you might be able to find an attachment like I have here for my GoPro, but if I recall, those gimbals were either for a GoPro or they're either for a cell phone. So you don't want to be buying, and those are all $250, $300 gimbals. So you don't want to be buying one gimbal for your cell phone and one gimbal for your GoPro, because then you're going to have $400 to $500 into gimbals, not let alone the Wiral itself. If you watch the Wiral video online when they're displaying or they're advertising their particular filming system here, you see a cell phone coming along about 5 or 10 seconds into the shot, and the cell phone is mounted to a flow motion gimbal, and that particular gimbal only houses, I believe, a cell phone. It may house a GoPro, but the bad thing right now with that gimbal is I have no idea on price, and it also is only available for pre-order right now. They're not available for actual orders. So once the price comes in and it's no longer on pre-orders, you'll be able to order it. But again, I believe it's one-dimensional. I'm not sure. And that one is actually pretty nice because I believe it gets rid of the handle, and it actually a little 1/4 inch female end of the screw here, so you'll be able to screw it in here into this bottom part, and again, it'd probably only hang down about like what you see here. But as you can see, this is how you're going to have to be mounting most of your gimbals. Now, they did mention one to me. It's called a Sonoppa Kylin, SNOPPA KYLIN. And that one was about $300 and some, and you can only get it on eBay because I don't think they're being made anymore. But that one was really nice, and I believe it only had the end right here. You had to screw into this, and then you'll be able to mount your GoPro and your camera. A really nice system, but over $300 is just getting a little crazy. So my investment here, $120, $130. I found it had this little 1/4 inch receiver screw here, and that's what you need if you're looking for this a gimbal for the Wiral Lite system. Like I mentioned, the Lumix, the Karma, the DJI, the Zion Smooth, they all have the 1/4 inch screw in the handle. So now you're going to hang down, like I said, 2.5 feet or better. So this particular one, the Hohem, H-O-H-E-M, has the 1/4 inch screw in the handle. And some of those other ones might be they might have that 1/4 inch screw as well, but a lot of the messages I got on Amazon from people who have them said they didn't have the 1/4 inch screw and it was only on the base. So, and I personally don't want that gimbal hanging down 2.5 feet. So I went with this for now. I'm going to use it this summer. I'm not saying anyone is better than the rest, but I just want to give people an affordable way to use their Wiral Lite this summer, and hopefully everybody gets some good footage, and hopefully in the next year as well, when these things start getting used, people will put some information out there on good, bad, worst gimbals to use and different ways they're using their cell phones and their GoPros on these gimbals. Now, one